In the know, non-stop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still just excited. Wrong show. Still just fired up here. I know we have a Venn diagram of, like, clearly everyone who consumes Purple Daily is a Vikings fan, but then there is a Venn diagram. I don't know if it's like a 50% overlap, if it's like a 60% overlap, but there are a lot of Twins fans that are still high off last night's first playoff game win in 19 years, boys and girls.
Sort of dropped the ball there. I mean, the Vikings fans,
I dropped the ball?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You played the wrong song. I mean, just played the wrong song. It's okay.
I did it very much on purpose. Just so there's no ambiguity here. There are a lot of Twins fans consuming Purple Daily. No.
Oh, I love it.
This is our weekly predictions here on Purple Daily, where we hold each other accountable using statistics. I did see someone was complaining yesterday because people were chirping Declan for like his leave Griffin Jacks off the roster hot take with the Twins roster, and someone's like, and Declan kind of said, well, we should come up with a segment every Wednesday where we have statistics that show how wrong we are. And the guy's like, that's my favorite Score North trope, that you guys act like Wednesdays are it's like he wants us to admit we're wrong every day of the week, apparently.
That is correct.
That's what he's saying. So
it is weird how, like, when you're in, I guess, this business, and the moment you say something wrong, which happens obviously all the time. It's like you literally should be fired for just saying one wrong thing. When if that person, my favorite thing is like, all right, so you're in IT, so your one mistake that's not broadcast to the world, should you be fired for that mistake you made at work that one time?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I liked that tweet because the use of the word trope was awesome.
Trope is a good word.
That's a great word. Like, I'm like, I don't care what it says about us. You use the word trope, you're going to get a like from me. I thought anytime trope can be used, it makes my day better.
Yeah, it's a good, it's definitely a good word to mix in. We're going to get to our predictions here, tell you how Write That Down works if you're new to the segment. It is Vikings Chiefs week on Purple Daily. And across the state here, we're waiting to see if Tay-Tay and her Swifties are going to show up in a suite. I don't know if Prize Picks, which, by the way, welcome back to Purple Daily Prize Picks. Good to have you back on board. I don't know if they have any sort of, Tay-Tay items on Prize Picks. But with Prize Picks, you can win up to 25 times your money this football season. Select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. And Prize Picks now offers Apple Pay for quick, easy deposits as well. It's just a really fun way to make watching football more fun on the weekends, or even baseball more fun during the weekdays, as you're maybe playing hooky to watch the Twinks clinchy here on this Wednesday. So Prize Picks also has a reboot policy for entries that stays in place even if one of your players gets injured. So Prize Picks is a great place to have more fun watching football. Go to prizepicks.com/purpledaily. Use the code purpledaily for first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/purpledaily with the code purpledaily. And a shout out to our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. Federated's been around for over 100 years. Like a great offensive line for your business, helping to maximize your company while minimizing risk. Federatedinsurance.com, where you can find a full list of industries they specialize in. If you're a next-generation business owner, they would love to connect with you. Federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. Okay. Here's how Write That Down works. 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. Those are the parameters. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns. And listeners, if you want to participate like Kudo is about to, you can send us a message. Send it to Declan through the Score North app. We'll get you scheduled. Some people say, hey, I sent a message for Ventline, sent a message for Write That Down, haven't heard back or whatever. Keep sending us stuff. And eventually you will get on one of these shows. We almost promise. We can't make like a full promise, but we can do our best. So are you guys ready to be held accountable?
Yes.
You know
mentally,
what happens
physically?
Every Wednesday. It happens twice. It's not going to stop now. It doesn't matter if I feel that I am prepared. It's going to happen. So let's see it.
Can't stop, won't stop with the accountability.
Nope. Shouldn't stop.
Nice little week here for Judd, actually.
Oh,
we'll start with the bad. You said Cam Akers will have 8 or more rushing attempts. He had
7?
what, 5, 6, 7?
I think 5, right?
5 for 40, something like that.
Man, he might have had 8 touches because he had a couple receptions.
Yeah, he did definitely caught at least one pass.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
You know what? I said what I said. So
you said Adam Thielen will have 5 or more receptions against the Vikings, which was a very check-down-ish prediction. You were correct on that.
Thank you.
You said you faded Garrett Bradbury's back. You said he will miss at least 3 consecutive games starting with the Eagles game. There you go.
Had to sweat it out.
I said Adam Thielen would have at least 10 catches and or 100 receiving yards. He went for 7 and 76. If his quarterback would have saw him flashing open a couple more times, maybe he would have gone over 100. But alas, if Kirk Cousins was the quarterback of the Panthers, he would have had 100 yesterday.
I saw a story today where the Panthers are like trying to make a trade for a legit one receiver.
Yeah.
What? And they're like, we believe in Bryce Young so much. What did I miss on Sunday? Like, he might be fine eventually.
He probably will be.
But like, what did I see?
They traded DJ Moore. Not that like DJ Moore is this epic.
He's good though.
Well, they traded DJ Moore to get Bryce Young.
Yeah.
In part.
Yeah.
And now they have him. Would you trade if they offered you 4 first-round picks for Justin Jefferson, and one of them was the number 1 overall pick this year because they're so bad? Would you do it?
Let's not do this. Let's not do this right now. Let's not do this right now. Let's not do this right now.
4 first-round picks and guaranteed the top pick.
4 first-round
picks.
Picks.
3 first-round picks and the top pick this year because they're bad.
Oh God. Yeah. Yes, I probably would. I mean, that would be so. Yeah. I mean, Caleb Williams. You just said 4 first-round picks.
Did we lose Mackey? Might have lost Mackey.
You know what? Good. He deserved this for that asinine question that he made me answer and then disappeared. He deserved this. This is karma. It's not the internet. It's nothing but karma. Mackey got what he deserved because you know who can't win with the answer to that question? Judd Zugland. He can't win with the answer to that. I mean, what am I supposed to say? It's 4 first-round picks, and now Vikings fans are like, "You're an idiot," and they might be right.
Yeah, anyway. That's a pretty bad beat there. I'm surprised only one thing came off the board for Mackey there.
He's back in the room. He's back in the room, slowly but surely.
Dude, it's like the Vikings front office just literally cut my internet when I asked that question.
The good Lord did exactly what he should have done. You got karma because of that question that you asked me.
All right, let's go to the listeners here. Nick said the Vikings defense will force 3 turnovers against the Buccaneers. We missed this one a few weeks ago. And the 3 players who forced the turnovers are going to be guys who weren't starters last year. Bold prediction, but... Declan said the Vikings will lose to the Panthers. No faith in the
reverse
Vikes.
The reverse jinx there, Declan. I like what you did.
Yeah.
So with that here, Declan still leads with a 36.8% completion percentage. Judd 35.5. I'm at 33.3. Listeners all the way down at 22% completions. For touchdowns, Judd with a lead, a 1 touchdown lead over Declan, 8 touchdowns to 7. I've got 6. Listeners with just a rough year for the listeners here. A lot of parlays, a lot of big throws down the field.
They go for it.
Very Bryce Young-like for the listeners.
The listeners are gunslingers, and it doesn't always work, but I appreciate their participation.
And then for all-time career stats, which we've been keeping track of for 3 seasons here, Declan 35.5% completions, just ahead of Judd's 35%. I'm at 32.5. Listeners at 23. I have 39 career touchdowns to Declan's 30. Listeners 29, and Judd with 26. So let's get Kudo in here. Our guy Kudo with his Tommy Kramer hat, man.
Right, TK9.
So we usually ask, and we will for you too, when did you become a Vikings fan? Did you grow up in the Tommy Kramer era back in the day?
Well, it's a sad story. I grew up in New York, so I'm all New York sports fan, New York Knicks, New York Mets. And when I was 4, it was the year of the Vikings-Dolphins Super Bowl. The pre-K school I was in, I had 2 older brothers, and they had a big sign-up sheet, like, who do you think is going to win, the Vikings or the Dolphins? One brother signed up Vikings. One brother signed up Dolphins. The brother I liked better chose the Vikings. And I've been a, blessed or cursed diehard Vikings fan ever since.
So you're a Mets fan too?
Mets fan. Yeah. So I always see you wearing your Mets hat. I'm like, what is Judd wearing the Mets hat for? Because I always, just assume you're a Twins fan. I didn't think there was many other Mets/Vikings fans out there.
I'm not a Mets fan. It is an ode to a tribute to the great Oscar Madison character from The Odd Couple.
Yeah, okay, I got
That's why I wear it.
You are very Oscar Madison-y, so that makes sense.
I am actually.
Kudos. Is that Fight Night framed behind you?
Yeah. So do you know the game Fight Night?
I do. I loved Fight Night growing up.
Oh, good. I used to work and making video games. So when I worked at Electronic Arts, Fight Night was the main game I worked on.
Oh, cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for noticing.
Awesome, man. Do you think we can get Declan some framed Fight Night stuff for his? I'm sorry, I won't. I'm
telling you, like I was gonna take everything down off the walls just so you didn't see me back there. But Declan, if you will put it up, I will send you either a Fight Night round 3, Fight Night round 2, any of the Fight Night games that you want. I will send you one framed if you put it up in the background.
I have to do it now, right? I got to do it now.
You got to.
Yeah, I got to do it now.
Wow, and you also have the scorecard from last night. You want to frame too? You got this is like 24 hours, 2 amazing framed.
You're gonna be pounding nails in that wall, left and right.
Things. Yeah,
there's not a no.
Yeah, watch out for the septic pipe. Yeah, just saying. Generally speaking, okay. I no experience or anything. All right, let's keep rocking here. So Kudo, we're gonna start with you, and we're gonna go around the room 3 times. Kudo, Judd, Declan, back to me. We'll each make 3 predictions, and hopefully we're correct on at least a couple of them. So
write this down.
Start us off, man. You're under center, Kudo.
Okay, great. I'm glad you introduced the segment by saying how all the listeners go for the crazy parlays. So I've been, obviously there's a lot of negativity around Kwesi right now. National pundits during the offseason, mad at Kwesi for getting rid of like Dalvin Cook, Eric Kendricks, Darius Smith. I even heard a local Vikings personality recently say they'd rather have Rick Spielman back as the GM than Kwesi right now.
That might have been me, actually. I don't know.
Crazy. Yeah, I know who it was, Phil. Thank you. So I'm calling this prediction my Let Kwesi Cook parlay. So write that down. At the end of the regular season, Alexander Mattison will have more rushing yards than Dalvin Cook. Ivan Pace will have more tackles than Eric Kendricks. And Marcus Davenport will have more sacks than Za'Darius Smith.
Yeah, Za'Darius has none so far, right?
Yeah, it's really bad that we didn't
get banged up.
Is he? But has he not played in some games?
No, I think he's played, but he got banged up in the primetime game Cleveland played a couple of weeks ago. He was playing really well, and then I think he hurt his leg or something.
So he's just always playing with like a knee bone bruise or a bad back or something. He's out there, but he's just. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
At least Marcus Davenport seems like he's always healthy, so that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It never misses Iron Man. Garrick like.
Write that down.
Jim Marshall.
All right, over to Judd here.
All right, I am going to make a very simple prediction for Sunday night, and that is this. Jerick McKinnon will score a touchdown for the Chiefs. Jerick McKinnon will score a touchdown against his former team.
Wow. Is that a revenge touchdown? Or?
On Sunday afternoon, I should say. Sorry. Well, yeah, and look, he's become like this. He's used perfectly there. Like his skill set is used absolutely perfectly. He was a good player there or here. Went to the Niners, got hurt for like 2 years. He was hurt forever. I thought his career was done. Bounced to the Chiefs and has become like this specialty player, and I think he scores a touchdown against his former team.
Okay. All right, Dex, what's your first prediction?
Write that down.
First prediction for me, I'm going to spoil a Purple Picks segment. Vikings right now, it's the spread's gone down a little bit. It's 4 points according to FanDuel. So the Chiefs
opened
are
5.5.
4-point favorites. So it's gone down from 5.5 to now 4. The Vikings do not cover the 4-point spread against the Chiefs.
Man, that 5.5 was. I was actually going to check to see what the spread was because if it was still 5.5, I was going to jump on those points, but it's down to 4. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
At least according to FanDuel. I don't know. Some books obviously do a little different, but usually it's pretty universal.
So you're saying they will get beat by more than 4 points.
Correct.
In this game.
Write it down.
Well, I'm going to counter that and tell you I'm also spoiling Purple Picks here. The Vikings are going to beat the Chiefs on Sunday. You heard it here first. I also said it on Monday for my hottest Vikings take. I'm going to bring my hottest Vikings take into an actual prediction that we can track with statistics. That way, all these people on Twitter who are like, well, you don't make your actual, like, what you actually have as a take. You don't put that on, write that down. Oh, we do all the time, and I'm doing it right now. I think the Vikings beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday in front of Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. So they won't be cutting to another game because it's 40-3 in the second quarter. They will be carrying the game all the way through. Write it down.
Write this down.
Hope you're right.
Okay, back over to Kudo.
Okay, so, since I started watching Purple Daily, I've definitely become a big fan of Declan's golf outfits. So this one is an homage to Declan and his Richie Rich golf clothes. So I call this prediction my Dex tweets Travis Matthew parlay.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm wearing one right now.
So there you go. Write that down. At the end of the regular season, Greg Joseph will be in the top 10 in field goal percentage, the top 10 in extra point percentage, and the top 10 in touchback percentage. So I'm just assuming, hopefully things turn around, but with the way the Vikings season is going, there's going to be a lot less pressure on Greg Joseph kicks, and suddenly he will start excelling and do much better than last year.
Amazing, dude. I love it. Kudo coming out hot, man. Couple big time parlays here. This is
keeping the faith.
Bold.
If I'm gonna shoot 106 every time, Kudo, at least I'm gonna look good doing it. That's kind of my motto when I golf.
It's all about the Travis Matthew, man.
Exactly. That's exactly what it
if
is.
someone looks at you from the other fairway and they haven't seen, the fact that you're lining up over shot number 8 on a par 3, but you look the part. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Oh, that guy looks like he's pretty good over there. Yeah, you're darn right.
Write this down.
Ball. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So Patrick said when we talked to him on the Unchained episode earlier today that he had heard Taylor Swift was going to be here for the game. I have not heard a thing about that. Like I have not heard. Byron Murphy Jr. was asked about it in the locker room on Monday and said he would talk trash to Kelsey, but I have not heard a thing about her. So write this down. Taylor Swift will not be here for the game on Sunday.
Where's he hearing that? Is he? You know what it is? He opens up his Edge browser and there's all that clickbait on the homepage.
No,
I bet that's where he saw it.
I bet the TV guys said, we're on high alert because if she shows and you can get the shot, it goes on TMZ. They love ya. But I think she is going to skip this game, and I think that we are going to take it very personally that Tay-Tay does not love us like she loves New York and Kansas City.
She doesn't care about us. It's beautiful here in the fall. It's going to be a crisp 58 degrees on Sunday.
She can stay home.
Missing out.
Watch it on TV. It's just as good.
The things that are working against this is, I believe, does Reputation Taylor's version come out? Or no, that came out already. There's something. The movie comes out. The movie comes out, I believe, this weekend.
Was that this weekend?
I believe that comes out this weekend, and
she probably has a premiere or something.
And that's what they were publicizing too when they went from the cut of her at the game, the Jets game on Sunday night. They went right into a promo for that movie.
This is genius, man.
Available in
They showed her 19 times, and they showed her promo 4 times or something.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
And by the way, I got an email from some publicist today that said, for the first time ever, Travis Kelce jersey sales have surpassed Patrick Mahomes jersey sales. And there's all these other numbers that show that Travis Kelce is now more famous than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, my fiance keeps using the line of, "I can't believe Taylor Swift made Travis Kelce." She keeps saying, just a troll.
Well,
but she did. I mean, she on a national pop culture level, she did.
To a degree, yes. To a degree, yes.
What do you mean, to a degree? I mean, Travis Kelce was football fan famous. Right. But Travis Kelce wasn't ask your whatever, your aunt who doesn't know anything about football. She would not have known who Travis Kelce was 2 months ago. I don't think. Am I wrong? You guys tell me.
There are a ton of people who had no idea. He is a football player, which means in our realm he's a big deal. But now, to your point, Phil, pop culture, I love it. But I mean, it exceeds football by a lot.
God, so those guys, think about that. Kansas City, man. It's a small to mid-sized market, and their quarterback starring on Netflix, and their tight end starring on everything.
They wanted her, I'm telling you, this is going to come out. They wanted her to play the halftime show at the Super Bowl, and because of her tour, she couldn't. And these two entities, the Swift entity and the National Football League, are so smart. They said, okay, cool. How else can we juice it up?
What else can we do? Is there anyone that would want to sort of date Taylor for a few months? And they're who could that possibly be? There's one guy that would be.
And just quickly, here's the thing I love.
Andy Dalton.
what I've seen on Twitter is, well, Taylor is so famous, she does not need, or, okay, do you understand that when you're that huge, like what makes you bigger? Any opportunity.
Well, but it's not that this is where people, now we've already done 4 minutes more on this than we probably should, but it's not, she doesn't need Travis Kelce, but everyone could use the NFL and their megaphones. It's
right.
The NFL is the most watched TV program.
Exactly.
If you showed the 100 most watched TV shows, 93 of them are NFL products, right?
Yep.
And if you can be part of those, it makes sense. I tend to believe that it is a genuine connection between two human beings that may fall in love and live the rest of their lives together. You guys are being cynical.
Write it down. You like
cynical.
writing things down?
I'm all
Dex,
for this.
I am.
Okay, Judd's being cynical.
Yeah,
It's
Judd's
fun.
don't me in
It's
with him.
BS. It's BS, and it's the manipulation that I absolutely love.
Are we back to Declan or over
Yes.
to Kudo here?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Declan, go ahead. Sorry.
Write this down. I think this trend continues. I think he's been at the top, if not like number one most weeks so far, but the trend continues against the Chiefs. Write this down. Josh Oliver will be a top 3 graded offensive player for the Vikings against the Chiefs.
Dude, he's been exactly as advertised. And the running game, I love that Boone showed us a couple of those plays. The one where he was the reason why there was a seal for like a 12-yard run. Just great stuff, man.
Write it down. You like writing things down?
All right, I know everyone's been waiting and pining for like, when's Dalton
Kudos
Reisner
glass.
gonna.
Kudos coffee mug is awesome.
It is. It's for the audio audience. It's basically a Viking tiki cup.
It's great.
Yeah, my 11-year-old made this for me in his school art class. So very
Dude,
excited.
that's an 11-year-old made that. That is very talented.
Wow.
Wow, dude. What do you got in there right now?
A beverage.
A beverage.
they don't sell Shirley's out here, but it's my kids are off at school. I'm on Write That Down, so firing it up.
Yeah, you got to fire it up. Let's
Nice.
go. All
Write
right.
it down. You like writing things down?
Okay, write this down. Despite everyone pining for it to happen, I don't think Ed Ingram was bad enough to be displaced quite yet. So Dalton Reisner will not start again on Sunday. Dalton Reisner will not start again on Sunday. I could see him playing for the first time on Sunday, but I don't think he's starting. I don't think Ingram was bad enough.
Write it down. You like
Write
writing
down.
things down?
All right, Kudo, what's your third and final prediction?
Okay, well, I was trying to put together a Phil Roots of Flight clothing parlay for my third one, but since you said the users kind of all do the parlays and are slinging all over the place, trying to go a little off script for this one. You guys talk about Taylor Swift a lot. I'm not the best at her music, but I hope this is on point. So I'm calling this one my Better Man prediction. I believe that's a Taylor Swift song. So write that down. For this week's Vikings-Chiefs game, TJ Hawkinson will be the better man and have more receiving yards than Travis Kelce.
Wow, dude. Wow. I love that prediction. That's
And
great.
this
So
whole reason
more
my
catches
Taylor
and
Swift
yards.
reference was correct.
Yeah.
It's a cover, right?
Yeah.
It's a
that's
cover.
right.
She covered Better Man by, was it not Little Big Town? God, that's going to kill me.
It is
But
a
yeah,
cover, though. Yeah, someone else
cover.
wrote it, and she's
I have to
recorded
trust
it.
you on this one, Declan. You probably know better than I.
Yeah, Little Big Town. I was right. Little Big Town.
There you go.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey, since you've got this life-changing platform here right now, Kudo, in front of the worldwide Vikings fan audience, is there anyone you'd like to thank that helped get you to this pinnacle moment?
Yeah, definitely. So, my 3 sons, Issei, my 11-year-old, who made this fantastic cup, my 10-year-old Maseo, and my 6-year-old Kenzo. We live here in Seattle. Their mom and all their friends have definitely tried to get them to get off the Vikings and get on the Seahawks, but they understand the history, they understand the challenges of being Vikings fans, and yet they throw on their jerseys and sit down and cheer the Vikings on with me every Sunday. So definitely got to give a big thanks and shout out to my fellow Vikings fans, Issei, Maseo, and Kenzo.
That's awesome, man. And before we let you go, we do have to thank you for supporting us and one of our sponsors, AG1. In fact, I think you have a bag of AG1 within arm's reach right now.
Yeah, I do want to say, I started using AG1 thanks to Purple Daily. I have it first thing in the morning. It definitely clears up any brain fog, gives me super energy for the day. I've stopped drinking coffee, all thanks to AG1. And since I started using AG1, I've set new personal records in all of my workout and lifting categories. So it gives you extra energy right when you take it. It gives you extra strength throughout the day. I love me some AG1.
You heard it from Kudo right there. I've been telling you guys about AG1 for quite some time. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, AG1 is giving you a 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/purpledaily. Go to drinkag1.com/purpledaily. Your Viking-themed tiki cup that you put the AG1 in, sold separately, I should say. Just for the audience.
I said I was drinking AG1 this morning. Sorry, I messed that one up.
That would have been a good segue, actually. I didn't think about
read.
that.
What are you talking about? Perfect spot, Kudo.
Great stuff, man. Kudos to Kudo.
Hey, thanks. It's great. It's an honor to be on the show. Really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your support. Good luck with your predictions. We'll talk to you again sometime.
Cheers.
I am sure. So there he is, Kudo. Great job. Coming in hot today. Judd, let's also tell the audience before we make our final predictions here about Ugly Deck and uglydeck.com.
Absolutely. In fact, let's show it because what you're about to see is an example of what uglydeck.com can do for you. And look at those decks. Absolutely gorgeous. And what they can do is they can take your deck, which is ugly right now, and make it beautiful. Uglydeck.com offering a Reserve My Deck package now special for the DIY homeowner who wants to build a deck in the spring and save huge. For a limited number of customers who reserve their deck package now, Uglydeck.com offering up to $1,000. That's right, off a full deck package plus locked in 2023 pricing. Uglydeck.com will then deliver your deck package to your driveway by May 1st of next year, and you'll be the smartest DIYer on your block. You can save as much as, get this, $10,000 on your deck build. With Ugly Deck, you get free plans, a free coach, access to their online deck build academy, and they will install the footings and ledger. You do the rest and you save, again, up to 10 grand. So go to uglydeck.com today, click on that Reserve My Deck package now, and go from an ugly deck to a beautiful deck thanks to our friends at uglydeck.com.
Yeah, and one more shout out here to our friends at Park Tavern. So it's one of our favorite spots. It's been for years in St. Louis Park off Louisiana, and we had a great watch party on Sunday as the Purple grabbed their first win of the season. This is in Judd's neck of the woods here, folks. If you want to belly up to the places Judd does, Park Tavern is one spot for you.
Right down the street, as you just saw there. If you're watching this, they got bowling, they've got great drinks, they've got great food, and they have plenty of room. And that means that they want you to book your group there. If it's a fantasy league draft, if it's a get-together, a family reunion, anniversary. In fact, I'm at parktavern.net right now. I'm going to click on reservations, and it's this simple. When you do this, go on and tell them the amount of folks who are going to be showing up. Tell them what your party is online. It's that simple. And they are going to, and I'm talking about a group of like 60 here too. I'm not talking like 20. I'm talking about a big group. Park Tavern can handle any size of group. And of course, if you just want to stop by, get something to drink and eat and watch the game. Park Tavern, Louisiana Avenue South in St. Louis Park. Again, go to parktavern.net to book your reservations, check out the menu, and much more today. We always appreciate Park Tavern support.
Amen. All right, Judd, what is your final prediction here? We also have a quarterback cesspool challenge coming up shortly.
All right, my final prediction here is this. Despite what the Panthers are saying about, we believe in Bryce Young, we're going to get him a wide receiver one, and that's going to solve our problems. I saw enough of that young man to be known he's doing a disservice. It's quarterback abuse to be playing him. Bryce Young will be benched for one or more games before this season is through. So Bryce Young is going to be benched for his own good. Some adult in the room is going to step in and say, are we doing, with Andy Dalton, who he, by the way, can learn from, with Andy Dalton here, are we doing Bryce Young a favor? And somebody smart's going to say, no, we're not. In fact, we're doing him a disservice. So Bryce Young will be benched for one or more games before the end of this season.
Yeah, they could have just eased him right in there. Just let Andy Dalton take the first few games, but he sell a couple extra tickets, I guess.
But his head is swimming. Like, why are you doing this to him?
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it was ideal for the Vikings last week at the very least.
Good point. Touche.
All right, Dex.
All right, for my final prediction, I need Judd to take off his headphones.
Oh, okay. Hold on a
wow,
second.
here we go.
You want to do this?
I can't turn it down now. No, I can't turn it down anymore, so I'm just going to... Okay. Talk now.
Well, can you hear it?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
That was very suspicious, the way I said, can you hear it? And you said, no, I can't hear you.
I muted you.
He's responding.
God. I think you can hear me.
He just responded for a third time.
I mean,
he just responded for a third time.
Judd, you have yourself muted right now. You gotta unmute yourself.
I hit mute on my machine, so I can't hear a word you're saying.
But you just responded 3 times.
Yeah.
No, I said when
You're
I
like
took my
Stevie.
headphones
You're like
off.
Stevie Wonder right now with.
No, when I took my headset off, I said I'm going, and then I muted you, and then myself. I can't. When I signal you, I can't hear a thing.
Okay. We'll trust him.
All right.
Here we go.
Trust you.
Okay.
You know what? Even if I say it, he'll probably still do this.
I think you should whisper it. You should whisper it.
You and I are gonna have to be the rulers here, Phil. Mm-hmm. Judd's gonna recycle another hot take during the hot take segment on Monday. Like not this coming Monday, throughout the course of the season. He's going to recycle, and I guess what I wrote down, the example was the Vikings will move on from Kirk.
Okay.
That's like he'll recycle a hot take.
But and we have not this Monday. You're saying this Monday or at some point?
At some point. Some point. He'll and I guess to make it specific enough, because I mean I think we all can a little bit recycle a hot take. He will use a hot take that the Vikings will move on from Kirk Cousins, which he's already basically used twice.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We're good.
All right,
Come on
Johnny.
back. Come on back.
Even though
we're good here. It might not even. I think this is one of those where you could probably tip the pitch. Can you hear us now?
Now I can hear you. Yep.
You could probably tip the pitch, and he would still.
Yeah.
He would say, "I don't
Kevin
care.
Gassman.
I'm going to give you the point, and I'm still going to proceed forward with."
So what you're basically saying is I could have heard it, and you still think I'd do it.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, yes.
Oh well, then I should have heard it.
I'm still gonna I'm gonna still a little toe tap a little bit as I get set before my delivery.
Flare the glove.
Flare the glove a little bit, and you're
with
still gonna hit it.
With my old mic, I could turn it down, but that's gone with this one, and so now I have to mute it from my machine, mute it from my machine.
Got it.
You can do it from that too.
So that's why I hit that, and I don't know how to do it from here.
I will say though, both times I said, "Can you hear me?" You responded.
You did
immediately, like as in you could hear me.
The second time I couldn't hear you.
We should put but the first time you could.
That's why I did that. Yes.
Okay. We should put the tape out. We'll put the tape out.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That's why I could hear you that first time, and I realized it, and that's why I.
Okay.
That's why.
I love this show has now devolved into a 5-minute discussion about Taylor Swift and the conspiracy, and whether Judd is lying about his headphones being turned out.
Yeah, but it turned out I could have heard it. So like Declan muted, or like Declan
awesome.
went through all that for nothing.
Come for the Vikings take, stay for
Write this down.
everything else. Okay, I'm gonna double down on my Vikings are gonna have a good Sunday by telling you they're gonna come out hot. So ordinarily when you get Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, they just curl up in the fetal position in the first 10 minutes and the game is over and they're down by 20 or whatever it is. The Vikings are gonna score at least 10 points in the first quarter of this game. So they're going to come out swinging. No, maybe they give up 20. I don't know. But the Vikings are going to score at least 10 points in the first quarter on Sunday. Write it down.
That's a touchdown. That's a nice little touchdown throw, right?
Yeah, because they're not averaging.
Sure.
I would
that
say
would be
so.
like
I
a
mean,
40-point pace.
Yeah, it's 2 scores in 15. Like I think that's
Is Vikings win a touchdown? I mean, the way people kind of react to that prediction.
Well, yeah, but
home.
Homer.
but it's a 4-point. It's a 4-point spread. I don't think it's a touchdown.
Vikings haven't won a home game in like 11 months.
Exactly.
It's true too.
I know. The second one's a touchdown. The first
Okay.
one's not.
Just throw it out there.
It's okay.
I'm just clearing
what's
things
that?
up
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Write this down.
That's fine. All right. It's time for our quarterback cesspool challenge here. We'll pop this up for the YouTube audience. The quarterback cesspool challenge, where our goal every week is to identify the worst quarterback performances across the National Football League. It's a weekly celebration of bad quarterback play. And it's kind of like a survivor pool in that each member of the show can only use a quarterback once per season. So once you burn Desmond Ridder, that's it. That's your Desmond Ridder. So at some point, we're going to have to take some shots on some decent quarterbacks. The scoring is very simple. We're using ESPN's QBR, which is passer rating with context on a 1 to 100 scale. So we're hunting for the lowest QBRs with our quarterbacks each week. If your quarterback doesn't play, then you just get a default average QBR of 50. And man, the Dexter is just kind of struggling here.
Yeah.
Judd, you correctly identified Desmond Ridder as a garbage quarterback last week, so congratulations. You pick up your second weekly win of the season. Desmond Ridder with a 10.6 QBR on a 0 to 100 scale. Congratulations.
You're muted.
You're
Judd.
muted again here, Judd.
I didn't realize Jordan Love was that. Wow. Did I mute myself there?
Yes.
Oh, see, I thought you did. You did it. See, because that thing. Sometimes I'm the victims of cruel jokes, like cruel high school pranks, where I get muted and then I'm told you're muted. It's like, well, yeah, I'm muted. I didn't mute myself. So
I love this episode right now. This is one of the greatest episodes of
Jordan
Purple
Love
Daily
is
we've
a
ever
7.
done.
Jordan Love is a 7. Wow.
And that was
Yep.
week.
Oh, sorry. It is week 4. I just forgot to change the lettering here. Jordan Love was the worst quarterback according to QBR in week 4. It should say week 4 with a 7.0 QBR. Yikes. I took a flyer on Lamar Jackson because at some point we're going to have to pick some decent quarterbacks. He did face the Cleveland defense. He played pretty well. 64. I mean, the numbers look great. The QBR is fine. 64.4 QBR. Declan took a shot at Sam Howell, who's been really good this year. Continues 76.4 QBR. So he actually was
my guy. Yeah.
I
just figured I'd burn it now. He's going to play Philly. But my guy, Sam Howell, balls out. And now I burned that guess.
So with that on the season, Judd has 2 victories. I have 2 victories. Declan's still looking for his first weekly cesspool challenge victory here. For the overall season, Judd leads all of us with an average QBR of 32.4. Mine is 44.5, and Declan with an above average QBR still here of 55.6 on the season. So
no good quarterbacks.
Because Declan finished last place and Judd finished first place, the draft order this week is Declan gets the first pick, I get the second pick, Judd gets the third pick. I'll let you guys know if you need help, like I sent Judd the quarterbacks that he's picked already this year. So Judd's already picked Dobbs, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Desmond Ridder. Dex, you've picked Mac Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones, Sam Howell. I've picked C.J. Stroud, Joshua Dobbs, Zach Wilson, and Lamar Jackson. So any other quarterbacks that we haven't picked already are available here in this draft.
All right. First pick for me, for the love of God, just continue this trend. And he has been an abysmal OC for them. I'm picking Kenny Pickett this week. I know the Steelers are at home, but the Steelers offense has been just one of the worst offenses in the NFL, even for like the last 2 years. So I'm going to take Kenny Pickett and the Steelers offense, even though they're at home, against the Baltimore Ravens defense. Kenny Pickett, continue to do Kenny Pickett things. Their offensive coordinator is a buffoon. I think we'll finally be in business here.
So I do feel obligated to tell you that Kenny Pickett is very questionable with a knee problem.
I just texted you. You didn't look at your text. I said, don't say a word.
Oh, did you say that?
I just sent you a text. I said, don't say a word.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Technically, if I pick Kenny Pickett and I get the default of 50, my score will go down.
That is correct. You could. This is like Price is Right game a little bit. You could put a bid out there and yeah.
But you don't get Trubisky, right? It just goes to the.
You do not get Trubisky.
Okay. I would not get Trubisky. Bone bruising. He will practice in some capacity Wednesday. Coach Mike Tomlin.
I mean, dude, if you get Kenny Pickett and a bad knee and he's playing, this is against that defense. It's one of the best picks that you can have. I thought about doing this, but I also thought about doing. I could pick Trubisky.
You could pick Trubisky. Yeah, you could do that as well.
So we'll give you one shot here. Okay.
No, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett.
Trubisky would be kind of fun. I think there's kind of a 50-50 shot he plays. I'm going to go Bryce Young against the Lions, man. The Lions defense is top 5 in the NFL in fewest yards per play allowed. It's a different defense than last year.
Damn you.
I'm taking Bryce Young, man.
You son of a.
He is spooked. He is scared, seeing ghosts.
You stole my guy.
He might figure it out in like 3 or 4 weeks, and I don't want to wait too long to pick Bryce Young. So, all right, Judd, who are you picking?
I'm going to go with a guy who, while he sucks and is still playing, I was going to go, just to be clear, I was going to take Bryce Young. But you know what? I'm going to jump the gun. I'm going to go to the Thursday night game, which, by the way, we're back to duds. We're back to absolute duds on Thursday night.
Dud.
Bears Commanders. Tune in for that one. Justin Fields.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Justin Fields against the Commanders. It's a short week, and he's coming
on the
off.
Road.
It feels like a huge letdown because, oh my God, he threw for like 300 yards and a bunch of touchdowns, and they lost the game, and now it's like the vibes are weird. I thought about doing that too, but tough to pass on Bryce Young. So
yeah.
All right, so there it is, the quarterback cesspool challenge, where we sift through all of the bad quarterbacks in the NFL and look for the worst QBR across the league here. Do you feel like, let me ask you guys this before we say goodbye on the show today. It's Vikings-Chiefs week. Vikings season kind of on the line. Like, you can't really drop to 1-4, and then you got the Niners in 3 weeks coming up, right? What do you feel like is generating more buzz so far? Twins winning their first playoff game and now playing again at home today, or Vikings-Chiefs week?
Twins, definitely.
But I will say, if the Vikings beat the Chiefs, there's more juice on that than the Twins winning yesterday. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing with the Twins is, and where they just have an inherent advantage right now, fortunately or not, is the 19-year streak. Like, that's the thing is, like, you now have a generation of Twins fans who haven't seen a Twins playoff win, who just saw one.
Yeah.
So like if this was just a playoff appearance, and let's say they had lost in 3 to the Astros in 20, or in 4 or 5 to the Yankees in 19, yesterday's still cool. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, this is the Minnesota sports fan, a large contingent who are like in their sports watching prime, just got a bite at an apple they've never had. Like, that's a pretty special moment.
Yeah. And it's sometimes like we haven't experienced this obviously recently with the Twins, but sometimes the baseball playoffs can just sneak up to where it's like, oh man, the games are bang, 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 boom. In 48 hours, you just won or lost a series. Now you're 2 games into the next series, and it kind of escalates. But we don't really know how to proceed because we haven't gone through this. Oh, they might win a round. We don't know what to do with ourselves, I feel like.
And Vikings Chiefs would be really cool if the Vikings. So let's say the Vikings had beaten Tampa Bay, who they should have, and the Chargers. Right now they're 3-1, and now it's like, because the Eagles are a really good team. That's a tough loss, but they're a good team. If the Vikings are 3-1, I think the Chiefs game is a lot of fun, and I think that there's a ton of hype. But the reality is, at 1-3, I think it's like, okay, but nobody beyond Phil Mackey, I think, expects them to win. Like, I don't think that there's this. I don't sense this optimism from Vikings fans across the board. I sense far more apprehension than optimism against Patrick Mahomes.
I'll be a lone wolf on this take. I'll be a lone wolf.
I'm just saying, as far as your point though about excitement of games, I just don't sense a lot. I sense there's more apprehension there, and now with the Twins, it's going to pivot to, or it pivoted to, relief on Tuesday. If they win Wednesday, though, like, I think there's going to be a lot of excitement about this.
There should be no apprehension about Livia, because Livia produces results for those of you looking to lose weight.
It produced results for me a couple of years back. In fact, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, you're seeing a guy that dropped 40 pounds 2 years ago, and a guy that has heard stories from far and wide on Purple Daily about people who watch and consume this show, who have joined this program, and they have had success too. In fact, I talked to a guy at the Park Tavern on Sunday at the viewing party, and he told me that he had lost more than 100 pounds because this program, folks, works. It's not a quick fix. It's not a diet. Yes, it's a lifestyle change, but it doesn't cause you to stop living your life. Sundays can still be fun, but the dietitians and nutritionists at Livia are going to help you get your weight on track. They're going to help you fit into all of those clothes. And the nice thing is, have I got an offer for you right now? If you join, 3 months for free. 3 months for free. Get on board now, because this is a heck of a deal. You're going to feel great. 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, inside or outside the state, because outside the whole thing can be done virtually. Livia.com is where your weight loss journey starts.
Awesome, guys. All right, that's a wrap here on today's Purple Daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die, and we appreciate you making this one of the most popular football podcasts in the entire country. We'll catch you for a State of the Offense episode on tomorrow's show.